This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us. And then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line. And they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. And a look now at the starting defense.
Jason Verrett may not have ideal size as a cornerback, but no one plays the ball better in the air than the guy I call Mighty Mouse.
The slot man in motion right. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 15. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Now Carpenter to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Hey, we got three. Three down.
They come out here in the eye. They run the counter now on 1st down. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Brooklyn football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. On play action, it's Bortles. To the left side here for Eifert. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Bortles now on 1st down. Over the middle, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's got some space here. Touchdown! A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Looking to throw. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Green, 39.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Green, 39.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. His throw incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing left side, it's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you? When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They come up in an offset eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the second quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
And Carpenter knocks it through, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Now this offense ready to take over again. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They come out here in the eye. Bortles will try again on second down. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Here we go now. Green, 90.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Wide open receiver complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that one. And that'll bring up a third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And now back out comes the offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And his throw is incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They practiced this all week. Pretty clear it paid off there. Threw it downfield, made it look relatively easy.
And it always comes a little bit easier when you've practiced it and tuned things up and you're confident in what you're doing now. They felt very, very good about their plan, and we saw the execution because the confidence of the players was there.
And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Back to throw again. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. They'll look to throw again. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And Carpenter knocks it through, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeremiah Tauchu charging hard for that outside linebacker spot. He gets in to drop him for a loss of 12. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It'll be a gain of 24 on the play. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. He's going to let it go again. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
And Carpenter knocks it through. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They go play action here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And they'll go on the ground, looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense. Now Bortles on the bootleg. And this is going to be incomplete.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Here we go! Man 38!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And the offense in that middle ground here on third down, 5 yards to go. They'll come out in the pistol. Out of the gun now on third down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Back to throw here. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's caught. Touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will
No,
he?
he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
And they will line up now for the 2-point try.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Officially, no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Bortles to throw on second down. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Third down and 3. They come out here in the I. Bortles going to try and throw on third down. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a play fake here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down and 4. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Levante David. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
So after the INT, it's Bortles finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And that'll be good enough for the first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Bortles. Incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Bortles will try again on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Bortles. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to loft one deep. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and touchdown. A great effort there. 98 yards. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. The 30 to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They lost 4 there, and it's third down. It's third down, 6 yards to go for the offense. He'll drop to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Here's Brett Kern now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
Blue 45. Blue 45.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Left.
From midfield, here's Bortles. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
Here we go now. Green. Nice. Slow.
Play action. Now it's Bortles. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And a two-score game, obviously. Every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Black 58, rail. Black 50.
Into the red zone. It's Bortles. Forced out to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Here we go. Blue 45.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. And Pointer, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you heard about my hands, huh?
And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he did get it back, I do think, yes. So no turnover on the punt, and it'll be a 1st down. Now this offense ready to take over again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. They come out here in the eye.
Blue 45, blue 45, nice 58, rail.
Eifert, the man in motion. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And an alley to run. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's a pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs. That's a bold strike right there, taking it downfield and putting some air on it. But how about the coverage? Able to get his hands across the receiver and bat the ball down.
And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
Green 90. Green 90.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And the defense lines up looking for one final stop.
And they will be playing for the pass in this situation, not expecting any type of a run.
Throwing is Bortles. He's got time. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Blue 45. Black 58 round. Black 58 round.
Now Bortles, got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. And now back out comes the offense. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away. And
now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And there will be a break in the action here. They're going to take a timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Red zone opportunity. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Fighting through. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So the run gets him the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. And on the ground they go with a running back. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. 2nd and goal to go now. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Do a little pounding. Chew up some clock. If they can get it in, that might be enough to get them home. And if not, the clock is definitely their friend.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to drop a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run them a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for our visitors, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everybody.